Alright guys, so tonight I'm going to do the charcoaling tutorial. Show you how to run it in retort kiln mode. Right now it's in cook mode and just finished up food. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. So I'm going to basically pull this setup off and set the retort up. So this here is the what was in the kiln section of the last run. So this wood is now going to be the retort vessel, and then the other one I'm going to fill up with fresh fuel. Okay, and yeah, you're going to be amazed at how fast this can produce that charcoal with very little wood fuel input. Alright, so I'm gonna start doing that, and I'll set you guys down so you can view me do that. This was my kiln for the last run. It's going to be the retort for this run. Basically, I'm setting that lid right on top of this ring. Right? Make sure it's good and sitting on there. If it doesn't seat right, then you may have to make some adjustments to get it to seat right. And then now I'm gonna add a few pieces in there to top it off. Okay, so now for your kiln, or actually before I do that, I'm going to put my roller drum on. Make sure it's centered. It's kind of rocking. I might have to do some adjustments, but anyway. Right, so now for your kiln, you can preload it and set it on there, or set it on there first and load it. I'm going to kind of do both. So what I'm going to do, I'll fill it about halfway up. now, alright, so this is my lid, right? Now, something I'm going to provide in the kit is this little eye bolt, and this is in case it goes into a runaway mode. All you got to do to stop the process is just lift the lid off. So if it's running away, all you got to do, grab a hook and pull that lid off. Right, now I can put the top shroud on. I really hate how it's sitting. And I even had some left over. Now I'm ready to load the firebox. Take you down there. That should be good to get her going. Alright, so that's it. So I'm going to give it about probably 15 minutes, and then I'll come out and load it up again. But this is about the most smoke that this is going to make, unless it goes in the runaway mode. Then it'll smoke when I pull the lid. But once this gets going, and it's not smoking very much at all, so that's gonna dissipate from here. But you'll see in the next when I come back on. So we'll let that get going, and then the next load, it'll probably be gasifying, if not on this load. So we'll see. Alright guys, so it hasn't even been 10 minutes since I left cut the camera. But you can see it's burning away, and you can hear it kind of rumbling in there. No, you'll hear that change as it starts to gasify. But I'm just going to let that go until it kind of dies down, and then I'm going to feed more into it. And then it probably, unless it goes in the gasification, well, either way I'm still going to load it. And I want to show you that, because you're not going to like feed, you're not going to feed like a full box. You're going to just build up like an ash or a char bed inside of there, and that's what's actually going to keep your flames burning from the pyrolysis gas from your retort section. So you don't want to overdo it, because then it can run away. So that's why I want to show you that. Alright, so I'm going to cut it, and I'll come back when I get ready to load it. Alright guys, so it's slowing down, so I'm going to go ahead and put another load in. So it didn't quite get there on this one. should get it in this one. I'll probably load it a little heavy on this one. That's probably good enough. Oh, I was probably in the way. Alright. This here is what I got left so far. So you can hear it picking up. Alright, so I'm gonna let this go, and we'll come back when we need to interact with it again. Okay, so I don't even think it's been 5 minutes, but it's already starting to gasify now. And one thing that you can do to tell is simply lift the lid off and then see if anything changes. Plus you'll probably see a lot of smoke come out the top, so I'm gonna try to point you upwards. I don't know if you can hear it. You can hear it slow down. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back my valves off. In fact, I'm going to go all the way. So I got the air off all the way. So if it keeps sustaining here, see it's already making quite a bit of smoke. So what I can do is I can pop that top. If it gets out of control, that's not too bad. But yeah, if I wanted to slow it down, I could definitely do so just by moving the lid there. No, I wanted to show it. That's kind of what I wanted to show you. Anyway. Yeah, that last load, I probably was a bit too heavy on that. So I'll just let that die off. I wonder if I could light that. Let's see if I get lucky. So it's definitely making flammable gas, right? Alright, so I calmed it down. But it'll probably pick back up, I don't know. I'll let you know, but I'm gonna cut the video and just let her go again and see what it does. Alright, so it's been running just over an hour now. And let me turn the flash on. So that's what I've used in the last hour. But when I was trying to show you the lid trick, that takes a little while to have an effect. So when I did that, it ran way cool, and I basically had to start the process all over again. But that was you know, something big I wanted to show you. You know, if it does like run away, I mean, if that whole thing can like turn cherry red, I mean, that's going too far. So you definitely want to pull the lid and let it die down. Once you get it hot enough, you get it to the right temps, then you can back them valves off and it should work pretty good. Making some smoke, but I think she's starting to gasify now. Alright, so we'll see what happens. So generally it doesn't take, in the last couple runs, it hasn't taken more than 2 hours to run a load of charcoal. But due to my little hiccup there, it might take a little longer. But it should go into a solid gasification mode at this point and pretty much self-sustain for the rest of the run, other than a few. I'll probably throw a couple more sticks in there, so I'll have used a little more wood than I anticipated. Alright, we'll see you in a few. Alright guys, so I did end up running everything that I had in there. It's winding down now. So I don't see it gasifying. You can actually look inside these triangles and then look up and you can see the vent. Now it was lit, now it kind of died down, and I think it's done gasifying. I don't see a flame coming out the center anymore. I don't know if I can. Let's see here. So you see the center, and when it's gasifying, there'll be a flame shooting out that hole. So it's done. So yep. Now I'm just gonna let it burn out. You can close the valves and save the charcoal, which I probably will once I don't see too much flame going on in there anymore. I'm gonna shut the valves off and salvage what charcoal I can in the ash bin, and that will go in with my yield. And so yeah, I'm gonna let this shut down, and we'll come back tomorrow morning and see what we got. Alright, we'll see you then. Alright guys, so we are back. Machine's totally cool now, as you can see. It's the next day here. So let's see what we got inside there. Alright, so we definitely cooked her down. In fact, I probably went a little too far. So that's the rib, and that's roughly right at 10 gallons. So if we add in what's in the ash bin here, which I will, Actually, that burned down. I probably should have harvested that last night. So yeah, probably not quite 10 gallons. I find that interesting. It's like tar or something. Alright, so success. We made a batch of charcoal. Alright, so I'm sure this won't be the last video of the VersiFire. At some point I would like to do the hot water coil and type that into the RV and actually use this for my actual hot water heater. And then we of course will be installing this in the shop, using this for shop heat this year. And I'm sure I'll probably be building more of these, because these are really nice units. They work pretty well. So there you have it, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.